the rulers of the Necrons. Highest of the Necron nobles are the Pharaons, the rulers of entire dynasties including many planetary systems. Beneath these are the Overlords, who rule clusters of tomb worlds within their Pharaon's domain. Lower still are the Lords, each charged with the keeping of a single core or fringe world. So deeply are these titled mired in tradition that they are universally constant. However, the titles of subordinate nobles and functionaries which make up advisory councils and specialist convocations are subject to almost infinite variety. Graths, Weimarks and Thantars are but a few of the titles given to lower tier nobles, almost identical in terms of rank and responsibility. The only real difference arises from which dynasty the individual hails from. Many Necron titles are hereditary, dating to the earliest days of the Necron tier. Some were relatively late inventions, crafted as a means by which nobles of lesser rank could be rewarded for their service. As the sphere of Necron tier dominion expanded ever further, the scope and application of titles passed far beyond any form of central control. Each royal dynasty created ever more elaborate titles based on its own traditions as a means of self-justification. Like many civilizations, the more grandiose or long-winded the title, the more likely it was an attempt to disguise low status. This tanglework becomes particularly Byzantine when a Pharaon from one royal dynasty gains sway over a world from another. The resulting protocol is tedious beyond the endurance of living creatures, but for the Necron nobility it is merely another way of whiling away eternity. To make matters worse, if a Pharaon is deposed or destroyed, his replacement will sometimes insist that all existing ranks be amended to reflect the traditions of his own house. To take such a step, the incumbent must be entirely sure of his position, as a challenge to tradition is sure to rouse discontent within even his own court. The ranking structures within the Necron tier armies and fleets have remained constant, no matter how vast and disparate the dynasties have become. For example, every time any Necrons go to war, the title of Nemesaur is bestowed upon the overall commander of the battlefield. This allows armies from across the stars to join forces even if they have never met, and suffer no decrease in efficiency. This entrenched command structure helped ease the transition of Imhotep the Stormlord from Nemesaur to Pharaon of the Sautek dynasty. Every Pharaon and Overlord is served by a royal court, which assists in the administration of tomb worlds and the execution of military campaigns. A royal court consists of a group of lords, cryptex, and in the courts of Pharaons, overlords, who owe fealty through oath or family bonds. Though flesh is long since a memory for the Necrons, ties of blood remain as important as they ever were. Each lord will also be served by their own lesser courts. Only nobles of the very lowest ranks do not have courts of their own. Yet even these mimic their betters by keeping a circle of untitled advisors from the most acceptably sentient of their vassals. Of course, given the paucity of wit in such advisors, these courts are but shadowed mockeries of the real things. However, in the ongoing battle for status and proper protocol, even a laughable court is considered better than no court at all. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, then please be sure to like and subscribe, or even leave a comment. I always try my best to reply to them all. You can even now support the channel by joining the Patreon page, details of which are in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.